This project is a room in the garden of an existing suburban house in southwest London for a couple who have recently retired. And so the budget for the project was quite small, and it was very important for us, therefore, to find a way to make something which offered the client more than an off-the-shelf product. Because the budget was so small, we needed to focus on using very readily available materials and also on limiting the number of materials used. And so we opted to avoid using quite unnecessary internal linings, things like plasterboard, skirting boards, etc., as a way to try to keep costs down so that we were able to deliver this project something within the budget for a prefabricated room, for something that's made en masse in a factory and shipped to site, which is obviously a much more efficient way to build. I think that model was very useful because it gave us the opportunity to simultaneously understand the forces at work within this roof and then to communicate our understanding of that to the engineer, and that became quite a collaborative process. But then at the same time, we were able to use it to make inhabited images that we used to discuss what this place would feel like with the client. I think, the risk always from their perspective was that this would feel sort of unfinished, or it would feel like an industrial building, or it would feel like a garage or a storage building and not a room with its own character and its own warmth.
From having made the model, we were then also able to work into it and sketch over it in order to develop that conversation with the engineer, and also our own expectations as we began to develop the technical detailing of the building. This is a critical moment from the roof's construction. You see the point at which both the top and bottom ring beams have been put in place and secured with the diagonal rafters.
And the construction of the model anticipated this in many ways, because this was the only way that it was possible to make that roof structure, to make the walls, to sit the ring beam down on top of them, and then to construct the ring beam around the roof light separately and prop that up, and then those diagonal corner pieces to give you a structure which is rigid enough to then infill. And so the construction of the model, as always, is a kind of construction of the building in miniature.